Hello, you guys. Welcome to my channel, All Things Militia, where I discuss a lot about what's going on in the political world and also topics that pertain to everyday life. Thank you to all of my subscribers. I always have to come on here and acknowledge you guys. I appreciate you. You keep me going. Thank you for your comments. Thank you for your likes. And don't forget, if you see a video that you like, to give your girl a thumbs up. Continue leaving your comments down below because I've enjoyed getting your thoughts on what I'm discussing and I learn from you guys. So thank you so much for that. Share the video, and if you're new to my channel, welcome. You can do all those things, and don't forget to subscribe if you're interested. So I'm coming on here tonight, you guys, to discuss the Minnesota Congresswoman Ilhan Omar. You've been following political news, you know that there was a YouTuber by the name of Nick Shirley that went to Minnesota several weeks ago and uncovered billions of dollars of our tax money that was being funneled through fake daycare businesses. And there was reportedly stories that the government officials there were aware of the fraud and were complicit in the fraud. So you have Minnesota Congresswoman who went into office, you know, like most politicians do, with little to no net worth. And now it's reportedly worth $30 million. But after President Trump announced the war on fraud, conveniently, she changed her financials, and now she's worth under six figures. Let's get into this, you guys. So this is her being questioned. Ilhan Omar freaks out when confronted about her suspicious financial adjustments.
The last time I spoke to you, you said that I was stupid for asking about your financial disclosure, but there's some discrepancies on there. Would you like to explain that? How did you make such a big mistake on it?
Absolutely, you're stupid for asking me anything.
I am? Yes. Well, what about the American people who are wondering how you made such a big
I have
mistake?
explained it to the American people.
What's the explanation?
I have given them the explanation.
Do you want to tell our viewers? Because they're.
I don't want to tell you jack shit. How about that?
Okay.
Okay.
Have a good day. Thank you, Congresswoman.
Smart ass. Don't want to tell her jack shit. Well, she's not lying because she missed her congressional subpoena where she was called to testify about her financial statements and just decided not to show up, you know, because the Democrat Party, you know, they all believe that no one is above the law except for when it comes to them. But yeah, let's get more into this, you guys.
Earth just dropped millions of dollars, and she doesn't want to talk about it. Senior national correspondent Kevin Cork has the story. Kevin.
Evening, Jesse. Minnesota Democratic Congresswoman Ilhan Omar, you know, generally speaking, is quick to talk when it comes to slamming the president or the GOP or, you know, proclaiming her allegiance to Somalia. But when it comes to taking questions about her skyrocketing wealth scandal, well, mum's the word. Dodging questions after blaming the scandal on, wait for it, an accounting error. Now, we're talking about one heck of an error. Her alleged net worth dropping by millions of dollars overnight. A new congressional filing showing her net worth went upwards of 30 million, then all the way back down to under 100 grand. It also shows she has up to 100K in student loan debt and credit card debt. What in the world? She chalks up the discrepancies to an accounting error, saying she was too busy to do the filing herself. Well, our Griff Jenkins gave her a chance to explain herself.
Tell us about your net worth dropping down to about 100,000.
The whole, thing.
Could you just elaborate on what mistake was made, Congresswoman? What mistake was made on your financial disclosure forms to bring it down to 100,000 from up to 30 million?
And that's pretty much the same attitude they have towards the American people. They don't give a damn. They're working for themselves. Can even have enough respect to answer the question, just blatantly ignored him.
Girl, you in danger. Now, that's quite a change, especially when you consider just last week she was talking tough and daring the GOP to investigate her.
Suggest all you want. Please investigate all you want, right? Like, to me, I'm not like I'm above the law and how dare you, you know, like... I understand politics. I understand what these people have to do in order to like feed their base.
We don't care about the feeding of the base. We just want to know how your net worth went up to $30 million and then conveniently came back down after President Trump announced that they were going to be looking into fraud.
And there's a very good chance tonight they're going to take her up on that offer, Jesse.
Did she hide the money or did she never even have the money? I have no idea.
We're going to find out sooner than later.
I'd like to find out. Thank you so much, Kevin. Fox News Alert.
Yep, you guys. So these people, I'm telling you, they are playing with us. You go from a negative net worth, then when you get into political office, your net worth shoots up to 30 million. And then after the announcement of President Trump on fighting fraud, it comes back down to under 6 figures. Yeah. Then she goes on shows like the left-leaning Breakfast Club to try to clean up her, image, PR stunt. This is her talking about the former MAGA supporter, Marjorie Taylor Greene, who turned against MAGA and Trump on the Breakfast Club.
You as a leader, I was reading an article today about your comments on Marjorie Taylor Greene and the fact that like we should have empathy for people like her who've like realized all this stuff, right? As a leader, like I understand the overall point of that, like it's two sides and at one point we all got to combine, but like when she's a person that has like said horrible things about you, right? Has accused you of like, everything that Trump and his administration lean on. Yeah. Why do you get to that point? Like, why not just like leave her where she is and let her?
Has accused you of everything and Trump and his administration leaned on. Why do they always have to bring President Trump up into stuff? See, that's the reason why I be going so hard to defend him, because these people, they all are in bed together. Now we're talking about her and Marjorie Taylor, her opinion on Marjorie Taylor Greene, and she just has to bring up President Trump.
Do what she thinks she's doing.
Oh, I'm good to leave her where she is and let her do what she's doing.
I guess why say that publicly?
Yeah, no.
Are you good to return all of them millions of dollars of fraud that you reportedly have? Are you good to do that too?
I mean, my point is this. If you were led astray and you are adult enough, honest enough to say, I was wrong into believing that this was the right direction for our country, and I want to join you all because I now understand that you had it right, I'm like, welcome. Right? I'm glad.
Well, if you all had it right, your accountant sure as hell did have it wrong, because I don't know how millions and millions of dollars could be, overlooked. There was someone else that got indicted for an accountant error, who is now our president. So I just wonder what's going to happen with her.
Finally got here because we believe that we are on the right side of history.
Really? Says the woman who reportedly married her brother in order for him to get citizenship and to qualify for student loans. And here you go, right here.
Can I start out with this business about the Daily Mail article saying that Ilhan Omar did in fact marry her brother in a scheme to make him become a U.S. citizen and make him eligible for student loans? Okay. Headline, Daily Mail, exclusive, Ilhan Omar did, and did is in big bold letters, because there were lots of rumors, did marry your brother. And guess who the source is? A Somali leader, a respected leader of the Somali community, has come forward and said that she told him she married her brother. The member of the Somali community, his last name is Osman, O-S-M-A-N. I'm not going to try to attempt his first name. On the record, said that Ilhan Omar told him she wanted her brother to get papers so he could stay in the United States. This is at a time when she was married to her first husband. The Somali community leader said, quote, no one knew there had been a wedding until the media turned up the marriage certificate years later, close quote. This media took place in a civil ceremony, had a non-Muslim conduct the marriage.
Of course.
And Osman says the reason for this is that any Muslim cleric would not have done it because it would have been against Islamic law. So they got a non-Muslim cleric to marry her in the fraudulent marriage, according to this Somali leader.
These people are throwed, you guys. The same people that try to bash President Trump and his, character are the main ones that have been behind a lot of vile, corrupt, shady business. I mean, it's just interesting. You marry your brother, then you had Letitia James, the New York Attorney General, that ran on going after Trump and indicted him for fraud, but was found to be reportedly to be committing mortgage fraud, put on a mortgage application that her dad was her husband. So, these people are all perverted and corrupt. But yeah, this comes after, President Trump State of the Union speech. Let's get into it.
Great things about the State of the Union
he looks
is how
so
it gives Americans the chance to see clearly what their representatives really believe. So tonight I'm inviting...
This is what our representatives really believe. They don't really give a damn about America. Look, he's so disinterested while he's at the State of the Union speech, representing by wearing American flag pins on his little, suit coat. But while the president of our country is speaking, he's just unengaged. Look.
One of the great things about the State of the Union is how it gives Americans the chance to see clearly what their representatives really believe. So tonight I'm inviting every legislator to join with my administration in reaffirming a fundamental principle. If you agree with this statement, then stand up and show your support. The first duty of the American government is to protect American citizens, not illegal aliens.
Whole Democrat side stays single. I've showed this before, but I'm showing it again. That says a lot. In office for? Oh, I know, to serve yourself. Just as pathetic as he looks.
Isn't that a shame? You should be ashamed of yourself not standing up.
And guess who's hollering out?
That is
Ilhan
why I'm also
Omar.
asking you to end deadly sanctuary cities that protect the criminals and enact serious penalties for public officials who block the removal of criminal aliens. In many cases, drug lords, murderers all over our country, they're blocking the removal of these people out of our country, and you should be ashamed of yourself.
You should be ashamed. No, you should be ashamed for marrying your brother, and you should be ashamed for making your net worth go all the way up to 30 and then dropping it back down after President Trump announced his fight against fraud. You should be ashamed. Sat there and hollered out at our president like she didn't have no damn home training. But she kind of calmed down after President Trump said this.
That's the kind of money you're talking about. We'll balance our budget. The Somali pirates who ransacked Minnesota remind us that there are large parts of the world where bribery, corruption, and lawlessness are the norm, not the exception.
Mainly
importing these cultures through unrestricted immigration and open borders brings us problems right here to the USA. And it is the American people who pay the price in higher medical bills, car insurance rates, rent, taxes, and perhaps most importantly, crime. We will take care of this problem. We're going to take care of this problem. We are not playing games.
Delilah. Thieves out of office. Look at her now. She got quiet now. She got quiet then when he started talking about how when he announced Vice President J.D. Vance to be over the, fight the fraud committee. I don't know if it's committee or not, but put him over fighting fraud, I should say. Then her whole demeanor, temperament, everything just went chill. Yeah. Because we have a president now that is about action, not just about talk. And it's just interesting how all these people that claim that no one is above the law are the same ones that have been breaking the law and doing it very, very boldly and with such arrogance, if I might say, because they have yet to be held accountable. But I'm pretty sure that if some way God, allows these people to be held accountable for all of the many crimes that they have committed against this country and its citizens, that a lot of these arrogant, bastards will once and for all be humbled. That's my thoughts on it. You guys, let me know yours in the comment section, and I will see you later.
Congresswoman Omar, the last time I spoke to you, you said that I was stupid for asking you about your financial